First thing first, y'all, if they got hair on the arm, make sure you wipe the head down. You're gonna shave it. You want this surface smooth and clean, Alright, y'all, another thing I do, make sure it folds around the arm. You're gonna find some good spots to make some slits at. So when it's like wrapping around the arm, it'll be a lot easier. And you ain't gotta fight with it and the paper ain't getting all crinkled up. Next thing we do is line it up on the skin. I take a marker, see exactly where we want it at. Make sure it's straight. Mark on the paper with the marker, and I mark on the arm to make sure it lines up. You might gonna actually have to come a little bit higher. About right there. And let me know if that's kind of the right spot you want to put it in. All right there. All right. Once you got the right spot, of course we're switching over to our own stencil stuff. This is the stuff I use. Stencil stuff. Shake it up. Put a little on your hand. We know where we want to line up at. So let's start applying our stencil stuff. Make sure it's all the way around the area. In spots that you might not even have to go at, but just in case, because I done applied like not enough before, and boom, you gotta go back, lift it up. Try to put some on underneath it if you can. So just kind of over apply it around, not like for its thickness, but for its area that you're catching. Line it back up to where we had it. Make sure it's falling down. Alright, first touchdown right there. Pull a line down that middle. That's the first spot I try to get on. Make sure that middle is solid. Once you got it solid, you wrap it. That's why I say that's where them slits come in handy, them cuts. But see now it's easy to wrap. You can focus on building that one side at a time. Make sure it's all the way on there. Once you got that side, I just wrap with the other side. And that's why I say them cuts come in handy. That it's not hard to curve the paper around the wrist because we made those slits. If we wouldn't, the paper would be crumpling all up. And now for the reveal, just you gotta hope it's perfect, but I believe it's perfect. Go around. You can just pull off one side. So it's all lined up. And the rest we just pull straight off. This is the part I usually try to record for like Instagram, things like that. Just taking the stencil off. Once it's all lined up, you don't got a little more to pull. And boom, there we go. We all lined up right where we needed. Check it out. Alright y'all, we starting out with our light tone. Light tone. And like always y'all, I always start from the bottom. Like, and I told y'all the purpose of me starting from the bottom, so you ain't wiping away as you go. Just work your way up to the top. Work your way up. And we did start out with our lightest green. Now we on our medium tone green before I come back and hit that dark shadow green. Just by dipping in the black. I dip in my green, my regular green. I dip in the, but it's not even a black, it's like a dark wash. I usually use full black, I'm using the dark wash this time. So it's like 90% black, a little water. Come back on top of that green with our little bold green, dark green. You really want this to be at the bottom and be dark and stand out. Naturally, something way at the bottom, of course the light somewhere in the middle. So of course that bottom ain't too bright, but of course it's gonna have its bright moments though in the background. Alright, now since I done built up some of my darks, I'm gonna go into the light yellow again. Or a light green. And I might decide to pull a yellow out just for this. But at first I didn't pull yellow out, but this is the light gray. I'm gonna pull out a straight yellow for the edge of this stem of the flower. So right after we hit this little light green, we definitely about to put out a yellow. So before we do our yellow, I'm gonna make sure our shadows is completely dark and saturated. And then I'm gonna hit my yellow. A light color like yellow, I try to save that for last. I ain't mind hitting it with our light green first and building up. But yellow, yeah, I'll definitely save that for last because that green is gonna definitely wash all over that yellow and it's gonna be like a lime look. So y'all want that. Which really, y'all let me know if anybody have any answers for that. I don't think it affect the overall healing process just because it's wiped on top of the color. But I just don't like it gonna definitely mess up your pictures at the end. But for us long term, I don't think since it's not tattooed in, it shouldn't affect the overall healing process. But like I said, if you got answers, let me know. So we're gonna go up to about right here with our greens, and then we're gonna start knocking in our blue. We ain't gonna go too far. Now we're starting back with our light green. Filling in some space around the outside. Same color packing technique, smaller circles. Just kind of saturate that skin. Make sure it's in there. And I am leaving the small skin breaks, so I'll come back add some yellows. Spots where it look like it got some light hitting that. Even though it's mostly dark down in this area. Alright y'all, we moving up. And since we're moving up and getting a little tighter around here, I'm gonna move over to the 7 curve mag to start structuring that out. And eventually I might have to use the liner to get even more tighter. But eyes, I might not have to use the liner. That's what I'm going for. Keep it soft, Alright y'all, we on the 7 curve mag. You see how I'm starting to structure this inside out. Structure this inside of the flower out with this darker blue. And there's no black in it, it's just a dark blue. So we have to come back with a slight black mixed in it. That's what we'll do. This just to make sure it's gonna stand up for a long haul and everything not gonna fade away. It's still gonna have some structure to it. And I'm gonna come back with some light blues and of course like shade it in. Pack it in just to still have it soft. And that's why I'm doing dark blue and I'm not doing black. So we're not looking to have like no hard lines. And this blue still gonna remain soft. So yep, structure out the flower, y'all, structure it out. And whatever size needle you have to go down to, that's what you gotta do. Until you get comfortable with like mags, things like that. But if you're not comfortable with it, you go down to a small size. Whatever size you feel comfortable with. And also whatever speed you feel comfortable with. Because it's crazy because right now we're running only at 5.5 volts doing this color. Normally I'm running at probably 6.5. I'm guessing it's just a skin tone and maybe that's just what I feel comfortable running it at. Make sure you ain't really overworking nothing, things like that. Because the color been going in the skin real well, so you don't need to be running at a high speed. Alright y'all, we about to wipe it down. Now this is some green soap. We about to get all the ink off. Next thing I'm going to be hitting the Messiah. Well, that's Isaiah, my bad. Isaiah with the black, so they can stand on top of the rose, and we might add a little color behind it.
Delisandros.
Alright y'all, before we do the black outline, hold up. We one more thing in the center of the flower, make that a little bit darker. Stand out with some more of our dark blue right there in that middle with a little black. Help this stand out a lot more. I know once it heals up, it's definitely going to soften up. So right along those edges, with that dark blue with the black. Also in the center. Make sure those spots definitely stand out. There we go. Alright, y'all, about to move on to the Isaiah 7-round liner, bug pen, 10 gauge needle. And we're going in with black. Let's make sure we got enough hangout. As the first our machine go, and boom. That's what we're gonna go with. Hit the 2 first. Since we lined it, let's turn our machine up because we was at 5.5. I'm gonna go to 6.5. It was at 5.5 coloring with a 6.5 power outliner. There's our 2. And that's another thing you all want to watch out. Always try to wipe away. See how I had a little bit of red down there, but you don't want to constantly flood it up. So I would try to wipe away. Sometimes you're going to catch yourself pulling down. So you got to be careful. Let's continue to pack in our red. And you don't want to wipe too much towards your stencil and wipe it all the way away. So I'm kind of pushing it to the right. Alright, y'all, we got our basic red in. Now we're about to come in with our darker red. Structure it out, just give it a shadow. We're not about to go around the whole thing, but just mainly give it a shadow. Just to help it stand out in the long run.
It is nice though. You can't color, so it's gonna pop out.
Alright, y'all, we just added our darker reds on the outside. Let's see if we're missing any spots. Want to wipe it down. See how we looking.
You want to?
I'm gonna hit a little bit more on this U, but see that'll help it stand out once it heals up. Alright, now y'all, one thing I'm about to do, I'm about to take the same red, dip it in a dark shade, and I'm about to go hit it with the outline a little bit. Turn the machine back down. 5.5. Just to have some sharp edges.
So the video on actually on YouTube, no, on Facebook. She got like 10 kids at home schooling. I'm like, man, I don't see how you do it. He was like, yeah, I told my husband we could have as many kids as he could hold. That man had a kid all on his back, on his neck, everything. And then she was pregnant with another one. I'm like, man.
Yeah, remember this not black. So once it heals, it ain't gonna be super dark. And I mix it with a little bit of red.
Yo, you thinking I'm hungry.
Not sure, bro. What do you want? I told you to run a Chili's. Alright, y'all, we back to the outline with the black. Make sure we got all that red and stuff out. We going solid black. Right up top. So the way I decide on like the line weight to use, it all depends on the subject. Like basically this, I think that line, well it's not really lines, but it's like a shadow. I made it that thick, 'cause I think that'll help it pop out. If it would have been a thin, like dark color, it wouldn't have really did too much. It would have been best to just keep it red. So I just made it a nice thickness to where it'll pop up once it heals. But as far as this line weight, I know it's easier to see. That's why I made it this bold, and I don't want to go no bolder than this because 10 years from now, if it was bolder than this, it'll eventually close up and it'll be all blurred out. So this is bold enough, no more bolder than that. But of course, if it would have been thinner than this, it would have healed up a little bit bolder, but not as bold as I wanted it to. So yep, you'll be able to see this, and it's not going to blur out, wash out over time. So it all depends on kind of what you're going for and how much you want it to be seen, which we all want our tat to pop out and be seen.
I did a tattoo for someone again. It was two sunflowers with a butterfly and 444 in blue.
Oh, the words 444. How did it come out? Came out good?
Thanks for joining the live. Your follow will be appreciated.
Be right back. Going with our black. Lightly tapping those eyelashes. We're still going over eyelash. I started with the 1 round liner, but now I'm using the 7 round because this is some thicker eyelashes in this area. I'm kind of filling it in. As you get towards the middle of the eye, they always be like a little more thicker, more hairs. On the end, it's less hairs. Right now we're about to hit the black inside the pupil. It's gonna be the darkest part of the eye, always have been. Darkest part of the eye, but we also gonna give it some highlights in the eye. Those little 2 squares, like some highlights, and I might decide to put a little light at the bottom of the eye. But the center part of the eye is always the darkest. The pupil. Then you soften out as you spray it out. And also this little spot right underneath the eyelashes, sometimes it's real dark, sometimes it's open. But since the eyeball is there, it's going to be dark because there's no white that's going to show up there most times, and the eyes don't show. But it depends on how the light hitting. Sometimes it will be kind of light and a little blue up there, but I'm going to make the shadow underneath these eyelashes. Give it a little more contrast, and boom. As we come down, we're going to hit it with our blue eye. Fill it in. For the inside the eye, how we got, I forgot what they call inside the iris, all of the lines. We're going to start on the outside of the pupil and start slowly sketching in some of those lines. Those details inside the iris. And also at the bottom, be mostly black of the eye. And color at the bottom. Some details. Do the whole thing all the way around. Now so we're about to continue to go around that eye doing in that detail. For those that don't know, 5.3 is what we're running at, 5.3 volts, 7 round liner. Alright, y'all, let's wipe it down. Last spot we gonna hit is definitely in the eye with that white.
Yo.
White in the eyes. What's up with your head? What's up? What's up with you? How your day been going?
Just chillin'.
That's what's up, that's what's up. Go over some things. Alright, y'all, so today we about to be on packing in some more white. And we got the 5 curve mag at 5. I'm gonna just do 5 volts. 5 volts, 5 curve mag at 5 volts. This is the last little part of the tattoo. And let's pack in some white. So first I'm gonna start on the outside. It's like right here soft. A little soft white right there. It's not gonna be bright at all. But right in this area, I'm gonna just kind of do like a little cross hatching motion right here. While we moving at this speed, it's gonna be pretty soft. I'm not trying to make it super hard right here either. The main hard part is gonna be in the inside of the eye, the iris. It's gonna be the bright white part. Other than that, everything else we want soft. I may also make the cross part like a hard white. The eyeball itself, you want that kind of soft. So you'll kind of continue to brush across it, brush across it. And down here, I'll make these a little harder right here. Which means I'm going to take a little more extra time to pack in that white in that area. Take a little more time. I turn my mag to the side and kind of like I'm making lines with the mag. So I'm just going, brushing up and down in a tighter motion to where it's packing it easier. Also, this top, small circles in the top. We already seeing our white, Couple more small circles. Now on to our cross. You're gonna just brush it side to side, left to right, left to right. Basically, we got the hollow shape of the cross. Want that to stand out from the eye. I also finished the cross with a little shade on the side of it. But just to help it stand out, try to avoid the sun, bless you. You want to try to avoid the sun in the beginning when you first get your white, but of course, you know, you're going to try to tone down into the skin. But it's crazy because some people white really continue to stand out over the years. So everybody different. That don't mean just completely stop the process. That just means don't rely on it to make your tattoo. A lot of people rely on white to actually make the tattoo when it's just supposed to accent the tattoo. So if it don't work, tattoo still look the same. But if it works, it just accent it and make it pop up. Whole purpose of white. Alright, y'all, there we go. Wipe it down, and we're gonna be good. Yes, sir. We got the small lashes at the bottom. You don't want to make them too hard, but they real soft at the bottom. Still stand out. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down in the comments below. Alright, y'all, there we go. Check out the eye. Bottom, turn it for me. On that side. Yep, you come back that way. We good.